Hello and welcome to Lunar Coding. My name is Louis, your host, and today we'll be going over some more HTML basics. So last time we covered the bare minimum basics like the outlay of the web page and some simple text such as a heading, and we discussed that H1 is obviously the biggest heading, H6 is the smallest heading, the title, what will appear in your tab, header section, body section, footer section, some simple stuff like that. Now, obviously, talking about sections, the website can also have different sections. That being another tag, you can have obviously the main header, the body, and inside the header section and the body section, you can have section tags also defining different types of sections. So, okay, but that's not what I'm going to go over today. Today, I'm going to do some more basics, such as, for instance, let's start out with an unordered list. An unordered list is basically just a bulleted list. So this is how you're going to do this. There is different types. You can use the attribute type, and then you could set it to disk, square, circle. I don't think there's any more of those, but obviously you can reshow that up. But simply, we're gonna do the basic one. We're not gonna add anything like attributes yet, since we're just doing basics. That's how you define the structure of an unordered list. And then the same as for an ordered list, an unordered list, how to add an element or an item in that list will always be that's an item. Obviously I stretched it out like that, but so each item in your list, so let's say an ordered list of programming languages, say C#. That's one programming language. Now, but you obviously want an ordered list of multiple programming languages. It's not just one. And obviously, if you're going to say C# and C++ over there, it's going to add it into the same line, and that's not what you want. So all you got to do as a programmer, I have found that copy and paste is probably one of your best tools, because code can get tedious, like repetitive, and you don't want to do that. You want to waste time, because when you're working in a real life situation or even an examination situation, you're working at a time under pressure, copy and paste is your best friend. Easy as that. So say C#, C++, okay, and then obviously there's a whole lot of others. Let's say Java, and okay, let's leave it at 3. There's Java, Python, etc., Delphi, PHP, or I want to say fun for the ordered list now. So as you can see over here, we created an unordered list of a bulleted list, basically, of 3 different programming languages. And obviously with the li tag defining each item in that list. Always remember that. You have the structure, which is the UL, which is unordered list, and then inside we have the items. Now basically, for this, the same thing, like obviously like I said, copy and paste your best friend. Now okay, this is it's a big change, but like I also figured out it's much easier for me to just do this, Control C, because obviously depending on what you're doing, like if you're making a website like on a big scale, you could obviously be doing this on multiple times. Now what you got to do is, I want to change this from an unordered list to now an ordered list. So an ordered list is basically a number in like 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D, etc., or Roman numerals even. So all you got to do for an ordered list is exact same thing. Oh. So basically inside the ordered list, you'll have the same tags to define your items. And in this ordered list, let's say we want the 3 things you need for web design. Okay, not 3, that's the 3 basic things which we will be going over for web design in this YouTube channel. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. There we go. And as you can see over there, we've created an ordered list of 3 major web development things which we will be going through. Next things, I'm going to add it in the footer now. Obviously, you don't have to add it in the footer. This will be consistent all over your website. You can use this over the image. You can use this over text, whatever. But it all depends on obviously where on your website you're using it. Let's create a link. Now, to start a link, you'll have the A tag. You'll open the A tag. Then you'll have a property. Now, when you're working with links, you could either link it to another website. You could link it to an image. You could link it to a location in the document by using ID. Or you could link it to an email address. So, but for this case, we want to be linking it to another website. I will be creating a link to my portfolio website, which I'm busy designing at the moment. So that's that. Now next we want the property to set to how we're going to set this link. So basically, this is what you're going to do. href. Now, when working in CSS, you'll notice that your property, and then you'll have a semicolon, and then just what it's supposed to be. When working in HTML with the properties, you'll have the property equals double quotations, and then inside there you'll set what it is. So I'm just going to go over here and copy this URL. Obviously, there's this, like, if you were using another place in a document, in other words, referencing a section basically by an ID or any place via ID, you would just use hashtag name of the ID. That's that. Obviously, and then most of the other parts is pretty simple. It's all works of USL. It's a link. URL, sorry. It's a link. So that, and then now the text which we want to be linked will be then put in like that. Then, as you can see here, this is the link is established here. If I click on this now, it will take me over to my portfolio website. So that's a basic link to anything. So you can also wrap it around multiple things, like you can nest a lot of HTML properties, like tags. Just remember that. So then, next thing I want to show you how to do is we want to add an image. So I'm not going to add an image at the moment because, well, and the link depending on the image or whatever, but I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm not going to add the actual URL. So the image is img. Image is a self-closing tag, as we spoke about in the first episode. So that's how you start it, img, and in the property you want is src, the source. Over there, you'll insert your URL for where the source comes from, and then you'll just close it like that, and there your image will be inserted. So next thing I want to go over is some basic other tags, such as inserting a break and inserting a horizontal line on your page. These are all basic tags. Like a lot of these basic tags I'm going through over first. It's going to come in more in depth in later when I show you more responsive web design and actual like design and the beauty of a website basically. But what I'm going over now in the first couple of episodes is more for school use basically. So you just need to know these for that, but obviously you can use this, like I said, in your own personal use also. So I'm going to create, let's say, a horizontal line between my two lists. So again, self-closing tag, hr, they will create a horizontal line. As you can see, the horizontal line there between my two tags. And now I would also like to create before my image. Obviously you won't, okay, if you won't see that now, but I would like to create a break. So br, as easy as that. Oh, remember self-closing. That inserts a break between two things. So HTML reads it like this, can be read as one line like that. So basically the words could pop up here and then the image could pop up right next to it. So you can use a break to ensure that it appears on the next line, if you understand what I'm saying. And that is the basic, some more basics. In the next episodes we'll be going over more basics such as editing what we've worked on. So basically the properties of them in HTML and how to like basically IDs, etc., like the non-school basics basically. Thank you for tuning in. Please, if you like the video, please support, subscribe, leave that like, thumbs up, notifications, comment. Maybe you want me to do something specifically which I can do in a different video, like I can do that for you. Over the next couple of videos, like I said, we're looking at more non-school basics, basics in tables, and then basic editing within HTML. So maybe 5 videos, and then we shall start with CSS. And then obviously included in the CSS with the responsive web design, there'll be obviously more things I'll be showing you in HTML, but by the end of the 5 videos, I want to show you the basic outlay that you can create any website with HTML. Like I said, thank you for tuning in. This has been Lunar Coding. My name is Louis, and I'll see you next time.